Welcome to Morning Magic. Hello, it's me, Robin. Thanks for being here. Hi on the replay. And, friends, let's start with a cup of cheer. I hope you brought something yummy to sip along with me. I'd like to celebrate today our journey together, our time together, our awakening together. Not easy, is it? Not easy being cheesy, as Chester Cheetah said. It's not easy sometimes, is it? And here we are, we're doing it. So isn't that amazing? Aren't we amazing? So cheers to you. Just got this morning's coffee and a little cold water with it. Cheers. So good. So friends, did you hug yourself today? When you woke up, did you take a moment to be so kind and sweet with yourself? I wonder if you remembered to do something or your version of that. I woke up super early and definitely hugged myself. Definitely. I can't remember now. I said something. I cracked myself up, and Jeff said, "What?" And I told him, and he started laughing. But in this moment now, I can't remember what happened. But there was something funny. You know me. I probably rhymed something or just said something really cute. But yeah, I hugged myself. So I hope you are hugging yourself too in the mornings. And then I went and stood outside in the grass and connected. Said a blessing. And sometimes my blessings just sound like help me. Help me. Help me stay grounded today. Help me stay here. Help me stay present with myself. It's hard, Sometimes it's really hard. Things are swirling. The world can test you. It can push and pull you sometimes, So hug, 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 hug. Yeah. So good. Mary says, cheers, cheers, cheers. Tanya, cheers. Earl Grey with lemon and honey. You guys, I am all out of Earl Grey. It is a very weird thing. So I just need to get it on my list and get it ordered. You hugged yourself? Not till now? Good. Here we go. Let's keep hugging right now. Cheers, Earl Grey. Pew, pew. You had a wackadoodle night, but you hugged yourself. That's so good, Melanie. I know all about the wackadoodle nights. Sometimes I really have the sense that we in our sleep are doing our soul work. This is just what comes to me. Of course, you are not required to believe what I get, okay? So I'm not saying you have to know what I know or believe what I believe, but sometimes I know I leave, I leave my body and fly all around, just like Neo in the Matrix. And I go do trips and I visit people and we have experiences. And, sometimes the next day, those people will tell me they were dreaming about me. And sometimes I don't say anything about it, but it's like, yeah, I know we were together. We were doing our ride. So last night I visited Brazil. And it's that feeling, you wake up and you're like, wow, the lushness, the beauty. And something was happening. I was being worked on. I was receiving healing. And I think it's interesting because isn't John of God down there? So I was with a big group of people and we were all in white. So I kind of wondered about that. But anyway, so sometimes you wake up and you're not well rested or you just feel like you've been tossing all night. But it could be that you were receiving healing, some kind of psychic surgery or some kind of blessing or some kind of playing with your friends from other, your soul posse from other lifetimes or other energetic connections that you don't have in the physical. You just don't always know. So, I digressed big time there. I didn't lose anybody though. I can see that. So good morning, TJ. Good morning, Carrie. Melanie, I love Carolyn Mace's prayer, hover over me, Lord. Yeah, I love that too. hover over me. Yeah, be with me. Help me. I just sometimes say, help me, help me, help me, help me, help me, help me. Help me, help you. Remember Jerry Maguire? Help me, help you. Sometimes I'm like, God, help me. Just, help you so I'm not so crazy today. Yeah. Carol, I love the self-hug in the morning. It is a set ritual now. It's good because a lot of us have been taught that meditation is the only way. Or we've been given that subtle impression, meditation is the only way. And, it's about making contact with the self. It's about making contact and bringing a sense of, stillness and connection right here. That's what it's really about. So however that works for you is the right way for you. Like that. Good morning. Good morning, Aggie. Yeah, so glad you're here today, my friends. So did you pick a word for your day today? I'm just really on the truth and honesty thing with a little lushness thrown in there. This is really, I am noticing how choosing those words, I've been on those for a few days now, I'm feeling healed from some really big ticket things. And in fact, yesterday I was recording next week's podcast. That's going really well. And I'm talking about breaking through. You've got these situations in your life where you've got that one person who just keeps showing up the same. Do you know what I mean? Whatever their dance is, it feels a little toxic or caustic or just challenging or exhausting. I heard a lot of stories in the last few weeks, for example, about family members who are like, we're ready to get back together, and I don't care if I get sick. But they don't care about anybody else in the family. They just want everybody to come to their house or, go to the restaurant or whatever. And there's like new, unique pressures coming up, new, unique situations. And so, I don't know if you can relate to that, but my word, honest, I'm not doing it if it's not honest to me. It's not that I'm a liar, it's that I want to do the things that feel honest. So I'm going to write somebody back when it feels honest. I'm going to give the response that feels honest. I'm going to do my best to be honest, to keep myself. The honest truth is I matter the most. So I'm going to be honest about that. So, yeah. So your words today, flow. Mary, that's beautiful. Oops. What did I do there? Oh, okay, got it. I was like, what? Okay, got it. Never mind. Beyond. Ooh, Tanya. Gate. Parasam gate. I have 3 words, Melanie. Time, cherished, and truth. Oh, that's beautiful. Good morning, friends. Just joining now. Good morning. Welcome. Good morning. Yes. Yeah. So, it's a big deal. Caitlin, grow. That's beautiful. Amanda, inspired, as in do things that inspire you. Exactly. It's so important to choose a word that is actually in support of your growth, that is actually in support of your healing journey, that is in support of strengthening you on this ride, that is in support of kindness and healing for yourself, Does that make sense? That is a word that it's about ascending or advancing or breaking on through. That's what next week's podcast is. Break on through to the other side. I've been listening to that Doors song a lot. Breaking on through. So, I love when we can choose an energy to rally ourselves around that is not sort of rebounding from a negative, or running away from, pushing against a negative. Because, most of the time that negative is not real. About you? Are you kidding me? It's not true. It's an illusion. It's a story of the ego. So I vote we pick these words that really support our highest. So, Bex, your word of the day today is peace. Beautiful. Hi friends, just hopping on. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. All right, gonna keep my eye on the time because I have my first healing session is 9:45, so going to keep checking the clock. I love this time with you so much, and sometimes I feel like I step into an alternate universe in a way. Probably we do. We probably step into some amazing circle together, Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, honey. You can be sad about that and let yourself have that, grieve that, and then let's decide what we're going to do. Because I know, I did something really big in my family the other night. There's this thing that happens, and the story is I get thrown under the bus because being the stepmother, I somehow matter the least. And technically speaking, I could make a lot of cases for why that is true. But when we're practicing choosing for our highest, and we're practicing choosing our life force, and we're practicing being who we truly are in the world, which is a light sparkler, a way shower, a way maker, we make other choices, So for the first time, I spoke up. Yeah, I did it. And in a way that everybody was free to do whatever they wanted, because you know what? It's effortless to not be in charge of anyone else's journey, or even making sure they get me, they feel me, they agree with me, God, is that freeing? Fantastic feeling. Fantastic feeling. Let the chips fall where they may, as they say, Yeah. Let them fall where they may. We see you, sir. You didn't sneak in. You didn't sneak in anywhere, boy. Hello, number one husband. Hi, honey. Yeah, so it's amazing. Like, it's fine. If you person X want to be pissed, be pissed. The door creaked and everybody could hear your popcorn, but whatevs. We love you. You're welcome. If they want to be angry, so what? If they want to push back, fine. This is how I'm feeling in this moment, okay? It's not permanent. If they want to resist, be my guest. If they want to be mad at me, that's all right. You know what? Actually, the more I practice my words, my intention, my understanding of this time, the gift of the pandemic, it's fine. I'm feeling so much better about all of these things. So I hope this helps whoever else needs to hear this. That's fine. You want to make me the bad one? Fine. You want to not understand how much this matters to me? That's fine. That's fine. And actually, I have seen some really amazing things with the most challenging, I seem to collect challenging situations because I was aligned to that as my truth for a long time, And so, oh, good. Thank you. I'm glad. I seem to collect challenging people, challenging situations, challenging clients, friends on the healing journey, people who challenge me, and I am working that out, and it feels so good to be so free. It feels so good because what I'm finding is it's like I'm pulling back my agenda. You, person out there, need to understand me. You need to get me. You need to receive me. You need to love everything I love. You need to study the same things I study. You know, all that crap. And then you need to understand, you know, how wounded I am, how hurt I've been, how abused I was, how hard it's been. Well, that, for some of us, that's really important for a time. But, you know, for me, I realize it's making me smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And actually, I'm mighty, and I don't need person X to validate me. That is such a long way around, and it is really putting myself in separation. Who are you? A child of God. You're a spark of the divine. You're extraterrestrial compared to human. You're much more bizarre and wild and amazing and magical than you sometimes allow yourself to be. So standing in front of that other person saying, you need to get me, you need to see me, you need to validate me, you need to apologize to me. Oh, geez, right? You need to own what you did. Holy crap, what an agenda for the day. It's exhausting. So, two of the most challenging friendships, I am still in them. You know how it is. People are on your inner circle, and you know that. You know you're part of a soul posse, and you're here to do your work. Then you're not going to quit. You're going to keep showing up, but you're going to do your work with that. And so we practice. But you know what I'm finding is now they have room to come and actually say those things. So recently, you know, somebody said, I want to do the 9th step with you from the 12-step program. I want to make amends. I was like, holy shit balls, ladies and germs. I cannot believe this is happening, but these are the things that happen. And another dear, dear friend said, I am so sorry. I have been so crazy with you. It's like, you realize, like, I have the power to take you by the hand and lead you out of hell. The hell I've been keeping you in, but the one you've been agreeing to with me, you know? Like, we have power. So just for whoever this feels helpful for, you know? We have the power just to see each other as beautiful sparks. And, you know, when we're sad or disappointed or whatever it is, hurt, angry, just know, what are you doing there? Not every time. You know, there are times where you really do. I mean, and for some relationships to go to the next level, there needs to be a conversation. But carrying the stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's different. I forgot to say, you might hear some, you're probably hearing the digger. I'm starting to get used to it, but the house next door is being, I don't know, you know, there's no house. There's just a big hole. And now they're digging out the backyard too. Big mounds of dirt. It's amazing. I wish I had a dirt bike and I wasn't working all day, and I would be out there. I would be. Or a skateboard. That would be fun. So, good morning. You just hopping on now. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. It is a freeing. Tanya's saying, you know, discovering that others are upset with me has turned out to not be the end of the world. Realizing that, because probably all of us at one time or another have had that experience where we invested a lot of energy in our fear of what they're going to do, say, think, how they're going to be. And, you know, I'm not talking about the bravado where people go, fork it. If they're mad at me, you know, that's not real either. That's not a practice. That's just bravado. That's just, you know, tilting at windmills. Jeff, did I say that right? So that's not the same thing as saying, you know what, really, you are free. You are so free. You are so free. You can choose to make it about me or not. And I am understanding that in a new way. So beautiful. So, right. Flip it around. You know, I was thinking that as well. I mean, obviously it works in the other way, for sure. You know, we don't like everybody's energy either, and we should be free. Everybody's free. They don't have to like us, of course. I mean, that shouldn't be our striving anyway, because that's saying we want to appeal to the masses, which is just like, you are so original, you are so unique, there's no way you could appeal to everyone. Yeah. Yeah, and you can also feel free to say things. Sometimes we do need to say things, and that's where being honest comes back into play for me. You do need to say, you know what, this was me the other day, I'm not going to meet at this time because this doesn't work for me. The energy is off. I probably needed to explain a little less than I did, but you know, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. You know, no, I will not come to your home and clean your toilets for you. No. It's okay. And they're free to be angry. And you know what? Sometimes they're angry because we've done it so many times. Now we're doing an about face. They're going to feel a little upset. No big. No big. So let's just talk for a few minutes about what else came through today. We're already on target for that, of course. But, you know, you are a spark of the divine. You are God in a body. You're not a body that is God. That's ego. You know, you're not a body that is God. You are God expressing God through you. You are spirit. You are nature expressing itself through you. That's who you are. And it's good to practice remembering that throughout the day. We're all doing a really great job with that already. Waking up out of your ego stories of who you are, this little person in this small life, achieving these goals. You know, really what you're here to do is remember that you're spirit in a body and that your purpose is really about being yourself, expressing your truest self. It's not about becoming a millionaire or a famous author. If those things thrill you and light you up or happen to happen along the way, that's great. But I'm saying that's not the purpose of the soul. So it's important to know that. Yeah. So, anybody for the dump truck? Here it comes. How the true self expresses as you is the service you bring to the world. That's how it is. And this is true in so many different teachings you've probably read. I mean, it's like in the Bible, it's Course in Miracles, it's, if you like Paul Selig and the guides, I mean, it's in the original Seth material, it's everywhere, you know. How you express as your truest self, that's the soul through the body. It's not about becoming famous or popular or known. It's about just being you. So, yeah, and sometimes that means you express yourself tearfully. You're just honest. You know, you're just honest. And it's not about needing a response. It's not about needing to be responded to. It's about being honest. And honest or being real, being true. So, just responding to Carrie there. Yeah, that's what we do. Not to manipulate or cajole or, you know, try and get somebody. I can't speak for anyone else, but I can certainly say there have been times where I have become more dramatic to make a point. And that, to me, felt manipulative in retrospect. Years later now, I can see that that's how it was, you know? But, man, raw emotion is real. It's honest. We just got to do it. And sometimes it's just such a beautiful thing because it means we've stopped trying, you know? Stop trying to get to have people get it or understand. It's like an important step right there. So, you know, we can spend the day on the old familiar crap or not. And a lot of us are always straddling that place where it's like the temptation of the old is there, but then there's this beautiful and new. And I love small microbursts of practicing the new. I had a lot of anxiety about these things. I like to practice these things, even though I felt super drawn to healing, and even though I would have a lot of psychic vision, a lot of information always. I mean, since I've been very small, that's always been the case. I still really struggle with small-minded thinking. So, you know, sometimes you can just feel like you're straddling two places all day long, and that's okay. We just keep practicing leaning into the true self a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. And who are you again? Spirit in a body. You're the light expressing itself as this one here. And that is your purpose, to shine, just to shine through. So if you're lit up watching Netflix, if you're lit up painting, if you're lit up, I'm looking at all my I have all these little seedlings here. One little baby marigold seed here from a vacation with one of my besties from years ago. Still the same seeds from the same, you know. If that lights you up, great, you know. That's pleasing to the soul of you. Soul does not care if you have a name for yourself. You know what I mean? If people love you or not. Irrelevant, really. So we'll practice today. I think it would be so good. I will practice today with you. If that feels good to you anyway, practice. You're not obligated to practice. How about we do a little healing today? And it's been a bit since we've done magic prayer. So what would you love to call in for yourself today? Let's say a blessing for that for you, or for your family, or for whatever's going on today. I'm going to just start with a gentle energy field clearing. Clearing. See, I didn't say healing. I said clearing. So what wants to go can go. Yeah. So many things lights me up. It's hard to choose which one sometimes. You know, it's funny. I wrote this down again and I was like, I'm not going to say it again, but thank you for bringing this up, Amanda. It's actually, the truest truth is, there are so many things that light us up. And actually, we're so good at so many things. Like, we can have 1,000 things we're really good at, but they don't all light you up the same in the same moment. And that's the thing. They don't light me all up in the same moment. So in the moment, I only have one choice before me, and that is what do I feel most enthusiastic about right now? So I have to watch that story. I'm not talking to you. I mean, feel free to try on and see if this fits for you, but I have to watch that story because I notice that it's not supporting the one in me who's so enthusiastic for to be alive, to be excited, you know, in any moment. I was just out cutting some flowers for the healing altar today, for friends on the journey today, and making an altar, and I thought, this is my most exciting moment right now. This is all I want to do. And I could feel it. It had the highest sparkle in that moment. There are lots of other things I love too, you know, the seedlings, the cooking, the kibitzing with my husband, you know, talking to friends online, all that stuff. But in that moment, there's only one thing that's shining the highest for me. Or maybe a flow of things, you know, like make a tea, put some music on. But, you know, so you can kind of tune your energy and see if that feels right for you. But I had written down, be enthusiastic in Theos. And I thought, I'm not going to tell them that again, because I'm always saying it. But, you know, your enthusiasm sparks the highest for a certain thing in any moment. And you can ask your highest self, like, what am I most excited for now? And if you're like, I don't know, that's probably not from the highest self. You know, there is one in me that loves to be confused, and I don't know. It's been a while actually since I'm practicing these things. I don't really have that experience much. Yeah, it's a learning curve. Ask yourself, ask yourself, ask yourself. Yeah, right. You know, it's almost like I think the spirit is in charge of the enthusiasm, and if the ego can step out of the way, then the spirit can tell you what it wants, what it loves, what it enjoys. But the ego, you know, the one that is suffering and in separation, we have to let that thing step out of the way. Get out of the way. We do. Otherwise, that's a dump truck, by the way, if you got anything to add. Otherwise, the ego will just keep saying, you're lost. You never pick anything. You never finish anything. You're not good at anything. You know, that voice, that is not from the soul. So feel free to say thank you and good night. Yeah. Well, friends, yeah, so for all of you saying it's a learning curve, how about today? Is today the day to try being excited and just doing one thing at the time that feels exciting? You know, it doesn't have to be purposeful, missionful. It doesn't have to be morning pages. It doesn't have to be publishing a post. It doesn't have to be something Martha Stewart would love you for doing, like cleaning your toilet. Just what's lighting you up in this moment. Obviously, right now, you're here. So a part of you wanted to be here. Can that count as being enthusiastic for something? Excited? Coming to Morning Magic. Maybe that lit you up. I mean, here's hoping you're not here out of obligation. You know? Here's hoping you're here because you want to be. So, yeah. I hope you have a blessed day today. I hope you have a peaceful day. Let's get these a little clearer out here. Just to help shift some of that energy. Some of that darker, heavier, I'm lost and I don't know what's going on energy that's starting to flow. Yeah, there you go. Excited. Yeah. You know, sometimes when we relate to one another, we don't always feel it in the moment, but our energy is lowering and lowering and lowering. So, how wonderful to have a group. A band of wild gypsies to hang and play with every morning, right? That's us, wild gypsies. Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you for supporting this work, this offering, in any way you feel called to do. The links are in the profile if you want, and if you feel called, I appreciate that. And I'm going to see you here in the morning or online. Thank you so much. Be well. Be excited today. Today's your day. Lots of love, okay?